Good evening, IntelliTravel agents, and this is Tara Minson, your Vice President of Marketing here, and I want to welcome all of our agents to our interactive webinar. It's another one of your exclusive, inspirational, educational, and fun events for you this evening, and really what better partner than this evening to talk about some fun education. Thank you, everybody, for taking the time out of your busy evening to join us here and help grow your travel opportunity. Especially because it's getting nice out for a lot of us, depending on where you are in the world. But it's starting to get nice and really warm weather, and I know we're all probably getting that spring fever itch and want to be out and doing so much every night and night of the week and weekend, of course, and happy hour season is in full effect, although I kind of celebrate happy hour every night of the week and all year long, but that's okay. We should be, right? But it's still important to put the time into your business too, right? So even though wave season is over, right? Wave season is winding down, it's completely over and done. It does not mean that your travel business should be winding down. So congrats, everybody, for choosing tonight to do just that, to invest in your business. IntelliTravel constantly reminds you, and it is our mantra, that if you learn more, you will earn more in travel commissions. Okay, so joining us here every single Tuesday night for these awesome webinars to get that hands-on training with the top travel providers out there. These are what IntelliTravel calls our preferred partners in travel. Not every travel supplier is a preferred partner in travel for IntelliTravel. Everybody out there can sell travel, and there's lots of travel partners out there that sell travel, but there are only a handful that are IntelliTravel's preferred partners and that we dub our preferred partners. We hand select our preferred partners, and they have to pass a certain criteria. They have to be preferred partners because they support, of course, the travel agent, the home-based travel agent model. They have to support you. They support you by offering you the best marketing, the best tools and resources, and most importantly, the best education and support. And they have to support you with the best commission and support all throughout your business process. And of course, they have to support your clients by offering them great service and prices out there, of course, right? Because as soon as your client leaves your hands, you want to make sure they're in good hands. So that is how we pick our preferred partners in travel. So when you hear us talk about our preferred partners in travel, and those are the only ones that we present on our webinars, that are presented in our Hot Deals of the Week, in our newsletters, that we do these education incentives with, these booking incentives with, that are featured at our Dreammaker events, and all of our education and training that we do, you will only hear from our preferred partners in travel. Although you can book whoever you like, we highlight our preferred partners in travel for all of those reasons. So watch your emails and see your excellent online calendar or events in your back office site at IntelliTravel.com for more of our special guest appearances by our travel partners on our Tuesday night webinars like this one, or download the IntelliTravel Agent app, the training app, on our weekly podcast every single week. All of this training is brought to you free by IntelliTravel.com. We do not charge for any kind of education and training. We believe it is our job as your host agency to help support you and help you earn more money whenever possible and wherever possible. So you will not ever be charged for any education. All of our webinars, podcasts, and everything on webinars are archived and available for replay in the IntelliTutorial section of your back office site. So this webinar will be available for replay on Wednesday afternoon. Give us 24 hours, less than 24 hours, and it's available for replay. So put your pencils down. Don't worry about it. You don't have to take any fast writing notes, and if you miss something or you want to see it again or hear it again, it's available for replay whenever and wherever you want. You can watch it in your pajamas if you'd like. At the end of tonight's webinar, we do have a live question and answer session with our special guest partner. We don't open up the phone lines, however, because the audio actually interrupts the webinar, and because we have so many attendees, we'll probably have, I guarantee we'll have over 600 attendees this evening, probably more. But we invite you to submit questions using that question box found in the control panel at the right-hand side of your screen. So you can submit questions at any time during the presentation, and we'll read and answer as many as possible at the end. Please try and make your questions relevant to all. If it's a question that can very easily be found on the Carnival Travel Agent website, I probably won't be answering it. If it's a question that I know was just answered and you weren't paying attention, I probably won't answer it. But so please try and ask questions that are relevant to everybody. Don't ask very specific questions about a very specific booking that you made because it's not going to be relevant for everybody, okay? Or a question that I know can very easily be found. This is to help you increase your knowledge on the brand. Also, at the end of the webinar in the Q&A session, like every single Tuesday night, we've got a prize drawing that we give away at the end of the webinar. You must still be present at the time of the webinar is over in order to win. Also, watch that chat box in that control panel for some important information from tonight's presentation, like the website address or phone numbers or travel agent portals or other great valuable IntelliTravel updates and reminders. All right, so without further ado, I'm going to bring on our presenter this evening because not only are we going to get some great travel knowledge about the brand, of course, and some really exciting stuff happening with the brand, but we've also got a really awesome announcement that I know you all heard about, and we all teased, and you're all hopefully excited about and equally excited about. And we've already got, oh wow, we're already almost like reaching past the 700 mark here. So clearly you all heard about the excitement. But I'm going to bring on the real Fun Ship brand ambassador here. Kind of new to us, although I feel like I know her for years already, but she's new to our account. But Jody Kidman from Carnival, she is our business development manager from Carnival Cruise Lines. How are you doing, Jody?
Hi, I'm doing great, Tara. Thank you so much for having me.
Awesome. Thank you for dedicating a time out of your personal evening at 9 o'clock at night and joining us here for some awesome brand updates, of course, and to fully unveil the exciting announcement we've got at the end of the webinar tonight. So thank you. I know you're crazy busy. You're always traveling and whatever. You also have like an awesome, fun job, no pun intended, but I know how busy you are, so I appreciate the time tonight. So
it's my pleasure, and thank you to everyone that's on this webinar. I know that you all also have really busy lives, and so appreciate you taking this time to spend it with me as we discuss the Fun Ships. I know how enthusiastic everybody is for Carnival, and cannot thank you enough for your support. It is truly phenomenal how much you all have engaged and participated with our brand, and we really, really, really are very thankful. I had the opportunity to meet several of you at CLIA Cruise 360, which was held a few weeks ago here in Fort Lauderdale, and that was a lot of fun, just kind of getting to know you, and every time I'd see one of the red IntelliTravel cards drop in our bucket, I'd grab it and take a picture of it and say, this is one of mine. So I was really excited putting some names to faces and seeing how excited each and every one of you are to be selling travel and cruises and your eagerness to learn. And it was really nice to see. So I have kind of a smorgasbord of information for you guys tonight. There really is so much excitement, so many new things happening that it's really hard to funnel it, no pun intended, all into one little 45-minute session. But what I did is kind of highlight some of the tidbits and information that others have told me that they find very valuable, and I'm hoping that you will as well. So these are some phenomenal tips to sell our beautiful Fun Ships, and we're going to kick it off with a little video.
The average preschooler laughs approximately 400 times.
Yeah, Jody, the video sound isn't coming through.
Fortunately, there's an antidote. Over 40 years ago, a man had a noble idea that cruising wasn't just for the well-heeled, it was for everyone. That fun wasn't something only a select few could enjoy, and his idea blossomed. Not only into a fleet, but a culture based on a fundamental belief that it is the inalienable birthright of every man, woman, and child to have as much fun as they possibly can while they're all together on this earth. And if you look around these days, you'll see there's never been a time when fun was more important, more meaningful, or more valuable. We need to remind people they have a right to it. And more importantly, we need to let them know where they can find it. Right here, where it's always been. In a fleet of ships built on a revolutionary notion and handed down from father to son. With Carnival, it's okay to laugh hard enough to become a choking hazard. It's okay to tear up the dance floor with moves no one's ever seen before, to get water wedgies, and to sing our hearts out to songs we barely know. Because you deserve it, now more than ever. It's the kind of fun Carnival is proud to deliver. 60 million guests later, still what we do best.
All right, so hopefully you all have goosebumps like I do. Every time I watch that video, I just get so excited. And there's different parts of that video where I think, oh, I'm going to talk about that. Oh, I'm going to talk about that. And then by the time I think about it, another picture comes up that I want to talk about. There's just so many amazing moments that are all bundled up in there. And I know that many of you have experienced it for yourself. I have to tell you, when I was a child, and this is really going back a long time, but I wanted to go on a Carnival cruise so bad. I grew up here in South Florida, and this is the 80s, so for those of you who might remember, Kathie Lee Gifford would be up on the TV, singing, "We've got the fun," and they'd have the water slides, and it was Carnival, and it just looked so amazing and fun, especially, when you're a kid. You see those water slides, and your eyes just pop out of your head. So I asked my parents, please, I'll do anything. Please, can we go on a Carnival cruise? And, you'd think they'd be like, sure, whatever you want, honey. No, wrong answer. They said, we're not cruise people. I couldn't believe it. Could not believe it. And I thought to myself, one day, I'm going to go on Carnival cruise. I don't need you. But the funny part is that I created a contract for them that if I got all straight A's, they would take me on a cruise. I made them sign it. They did, because they knew that math was going to get the best of me, like always, and I never did get those straight A's. But it is kind of funny, and it's like the family joke now. But when you see some of these images, I bring this up because they make an impression. They make an imprint on you. When you're a young kid, or even just a kid at heart, and you have never seen a ship before, or, it is amazing. I mean, every weekend, pretty much, I am down at the pier, either in Fort Lauderdale or Miami, and I'm seeing people step onto that ship for the first time, even just pulling into the parking lot when they're getting out of the car and looking up, their jaws are dropping to the floor because it is just so magnificent, the size of these vessels and the beauty of these vessels. And you can just see the excitement in their eyes that they cannot wait to step on board the adventure of a lifetime. So a big part of that is the travel agent, very big part of that, because you help those dreams come alive, right? By asking those right questions, by connecting with your clients, with allowing them to imagine what those opportunities might be and how vacation, maybe a Carnival cruise, will make their life, fill in the blank, more exciting, more romantic, more time for family, more adventurous, more beautiful, more exciting, right? To see the world, to step on a ship in the U.S. and go to another country and then come back and step off the ship back in the U.S. That's pretty spectacular, especially at the amazing value and price point that we have to offer. So what you're looking at here are just a couple of Dr. Seuss quotes. Now, I have to admit I really, really love Dr. Seuss, and I could not think of a better brand to partner with for Carnival. A lot of his quotes, actually, I feel like they could have been written by Carnival marketing teams. And these are two of my favorites. One of them is, "Today you are you. That is truer than true. There's no one alive who is youer than you." And I like that because it represents who we are, which is inclusive and open, and we just want people to come on our ships and have fun and exactly as they are. There's no airs. There's no pretending to be someone that you're not. Exactly who you are as a person is exactly who we want on board our ship. And then you feel that when you're on board and you sense that, but this quote really brings that to life for me. And then I was really excited when I went through my daughter's old books. I was looking for a lot of these quotes, and this one popped out too. "If you never did, you should. These things are fun, and fun is good." I mean, that just could not be more perfect for our brand. Fun is good, and just like that video we just saw alluded to, people need to have permission to have fun. You know, we're so stressed out all the time as a culture. We're all working so very hard, and the moments are passing us by. But when you take that time to, book a vacation, because first you got to book it, then you can look forward to it, which is almost as fun as actually experiencing it. And then you get to experience it, share it hopefully on social media, take tons of pictures, and then relive those moments in the future as they become memories that you can reflect on and share with everybody, and just become a permanent marker of your life. And then, of course, plan the next one, right? But that fun is so important, and that is what we aim to do, is for people to have fun however they define fun. And I had, interestingly enough, someone recently asked, "Why do you keep referring to yourselves as the Fun Ships?" Once upon a time, Carnival maybe was known to have a little more fun than others, right? But that has changed, you know, some of that imaging. And I just thought, you know, we're always going to be the Fun Ships. I don't think fun necessarily has to mean party, right? Or if it does, party in and of itself can mean so many different things. I think that the beauty of going on a Carnival ship and putting your clients on a Carnival ship is that on this vacation, they can define fun however they want. And it could be doing yoga, reading a good book up at the front of the ship and catching some rays, spending quality time with the kids, you know, or a spouse or friends, going to the casino, having a couple drinks by the pool, going to the nightclub. It can mean whatever you want it to mean. So I really, really like these quotes. And the Dr. Seuss partnership has really done a lot for our brand, and we'll get into some of that in just a little bit. So as you can see here, a couple of fun facts. Did you know, obviously we're a multi-generational cruise line, and that is one of the things we do very, very well, so keep an eye out for opportunities to sell multi-generation. Our average age of our guests is just under 50. Also, we sailed, last year, 4.5 million guests, and over the life of Carnival Cruise Line, 60 million people. Quite a lot. Also, this is a fun fact a lot of people don't know, we do carry more seniors than any other cruise line. We do have a 110% refund with our Great Vacation Guarantee, which we'll talk about here soon. And we are now up to 25 ships, soon to be 26 when the Horizon debuts next year, and complete more than 1,500 voyages annually. That is a lot of ships, a lot of cabins, and a lot of fun happening. So we are, of course, the world's most popular cruise line. Love that ship. Makes me want to jump into that picture right now and have some fun. Also, we do carry more guests than any other cruise line. Okay, so I saw, if you look at the top of the slide, this is a picture from your website where it says start your journey. So I was on your website, saw that, and I really liked it. So I wanted to continue on that path, right? When you're talking to your clients, you are starting their journey. They're coming to you, or maybe you're going to them to inspire and get them interested in cruising, to start their journey of dreaming about their vacation, planning their vacation, booking their vacation, experiencing their vacation, right? And that's important. When we talk about ABC, sometimes you hear always be closing, right? But it's more about always be curious and in starting that journey and looking at it as a journey, because booking a vacation is just as fun as taking it. There's something very special about that interaction and that experience that takes place between a travel agent and a client and a group of friends, and hopefully that party grows and they get referrals. It almost takes a life form of its own, right? And so asking all of those critical questions, the who, what, when, where, why, and how, cannot be underestimated. You know, especially that word why. We see a lot of that word why. There's probably no more powerful word in the English language than the word why. So don't be afraid to use it. You know, why are they interested in going on vacation? What are they looking forward to doing? What is their motivation? What is their inspiration? What are some of the things that really they are missing and that they need, where you can get the sparks going and inspire some ideas and some creativity and help them imagine, really is what it comes down to. Imagine the possibilities that exist in taking a vacation and hopefully a Carnival cruise. So here's a little bit about the Carnival guest, and this is some of our market research. We've identified basically two groups of very loyal guests. One are kid pleasers, who are looking to connect with family and create memories. The other are relaxing extroverts who really just kind of want to chill out and have a little bit of fun. And there's some statistics there, with our average income for those households being between $96,000 and $126,000. As you can see, a good percentage are married. A lot of them have a lot of our guests have kids. Average age of these very loyal past guests, probably in their early to mid 40s. And this is not representative of all of our guests, but these are our most loyal guests. So if you're looking for repeat clients, this is kind of a nice nugget of information to look at. And so who are our collective guests? Well, they're us, they're you, they're me, for our friends, our family, our neighbors, our colleagues, right? They're everyone, because Carnival is the every person cruise line. Really everyone is going to have fun and fit in and enjoy a Carnival cruise. So how can you make that a little bit more personalized and tailored, however? Well, there are certain areas on the ship, and of course with almost 26 ships, they are a little bit different, so we'll need to look for those nuances, but there are some interesting areas. For example, the Cloud 9 spa cabins. That would be perfect for a honeymoon couple or an anniversary couple, perhaps a couple who's really into fitness and spa and maybe sauna and, you know, working out or clean living, healthy living. That would be really nice. They have exclusive access to the spa area with that. They'll have spa amenities. They get discounted spa and they get complimentary sauna on that cruise. Another really nice option, and this is only currently on Vista and soon to be Horizon, is the Nautical Family Harbor staterooms. Those are nautical themed, niche area of the ship, only maybe 30, 40 cabins on each vessel. They do come with one free night of the Night Owls, which is the babysitting. And what I really love about it is that they have their own private lounge, and they have exclusive access with a key card to this lounge, which is steps away from their cabin. In that room, it's a pretty nice sized room. There's breakfast buffet in the morning, coffee all day long, milk and cookies brought out in the afternoon for the children, a concierge that's available to help the families plan their excursions and their cruise. Also, there'll be movie nights, video games, board games, and really it's just for those families. So I think that's an incredible value for those rooms. Also those Havana staterooms, which is actually the picture that we're looking at right now. The Havana staterooms for the Vista and Horizon, also a nice niche area. There's probably, I want to say about 40 staterooms for Havana rooms. These are the lanais that you're looking at. Not all of them have lanai, so it is possible to get an inside, an ocean view, or even a suite within the Havana staterooms, but you can just see how beautiful the lanai is. And if you were a group traveling, you could kind of get all those rooms in a row and really have your own deck. Outside of that area is blocked off for other passengers, because in that back portion is a resort-style of Havana pool with bar and cabanas and everything that is available exclusively to guests staying in these staterooms. It is not available to anyone else on the ship. In fact, guests will receive a wristband titled the Havana Experience, and they will be the only ones permitted to use that pool during the day. Now, at nighttime, it does open up for a few hours for everybody, and that is primarily to accommodate the guests that are going to that Havana bar and lounge that's sort of in the middle. That's where a lot of live music is played, salsa dancing, mojitos are going all night long. It's really, really a lot of fun, and a lot of people end up congregating in that area. But other than that, it is blocked off for private usage during the day. So I think that's a really nice upsell. Also for families, there cannot be enough. We have so much for kids and for families, from Waterworks, Sports Square, all of the clubs on board. Spin U, which I'd like to talk about, is really kind of cool for that teen set that are really into music. DJ Irie is our DJ for Carnival. He is the official DJ of the Miami Heat, and perhaps you already know this, but our founders, the Arison family, they are the owners of the Miami Heat. So we also have DJ Irie, and he is the one who puts together all of the DJing on board and the music and playlists. And so we do have something called Spin U, or Spin University, where teens and tweens can sign up to take DJ classes on board that have been created by DJ Irie. The DJs on board are all hired by him, etc. So that's kind of cool, and something that maybe they would not have the opportunity to do off of a Carnival ship. Also the Dr. Seuss partnership, of course, and Hasbro, which is the other partnership that we have. With Hasbro, we'll have at night, so many entertainment options, from the comedy clubs to Broadway-style shows, playlist productions, live music, dancing, karaoke, the piano bar. But we also will have on select nights kind of a game show night, and it's on the big stage in the theater. Life-size games come to life. For example, Connect Four. Picture a giant Connect Four on the stage with basketballs going in to connect the four. Also Monopoly, life-size Monopoly with money flying out of the machine. So there's a lot of fun games to be had. It's great and fun for the whole family. And we have gift cards and board games and different prizes that are available for that. Also for those guests who really want just peace and quiet, and they maybe don't want to see a lot of kids running around the ship, promote the Serenity area, which is available on the ships, which is 21 and above only. And that's a nice private section of the ship where they can lay out and have hammocks and cabanas and sun loungers, bar service. On some ships, a complimentary chopped salad station, and again, 21 and up only. So getting back to that, we have to give people permission to go on vacation. Believe it or not, 658 million vacation days go unused every single year in America. So one of the things that we're all tasked with doing is giving people that permission, right? Encouraging them to take vacation, helping them find ways to plan for it, to plan farther out for it, to budget for it, and to just even open up to the idea of doing it, right? It's not a luxury. It is a necessity. It is something that's so important to everyone, and we can all find ways to help people take vacations. That's a lot of unused days. That's a lot of business, and that's a lot of fun that is being sabotaged out there. So the best part of vacation, you got to take it, right? So this statistic, when I saw it, just kind of blew me away, and I think that we all have a responsibility in conquering that. So here are some studies, and we won't get into it too much, but we know vacation is good. We are in the vacation industry. We have a passion for travel and for promoting and selling travel. We know that what we do matters. But here are some statistics that are easily Googleable, if that's a word. But it's just, boosting brain power, helping you solve problems, helping your life. Your heart is healthier, your sleep is improved. Women who took regular vacations were 3 times less likely to be depressed and anxious. No surprise, vacationing with your family and loved ones forges closer bonds. You come back happier, healthier, more productive at work. So good stuff all around. So let's talk a minute about social media. I know that many of you are on social media. I've seen some of your pages. Just want to briefly talk about how really everyone is on there. I mean, my parents are on Facebook, and they're in their 60s and 70s. I think it's kind of superseding all age ranges. User-generated content on websites, heavily influences what people buy, and that doesn't matter what generation they're from. Content is online, it's relevant, it's easily accessible, and some of the ways that you can promote your brand is by utilizing these different mediums, by posting relevant content, but not all sales content. So maybe one day you put some newsworthy information, another day some tips, another day a call to action, then maybe some inspiration, then a little bit of a video. Maybe you do a Facebook Live, share personal content and pictures and travel, and then client testimonials. Those are a fantastic way to continue to grow your business. When your guests are on board, ask them to share content. With our social media plan with Carnival at only $5 per day, they have access to all of their social media. How great would it be to have them share the wonderful vacation that you helped put them on, tag you in it, or share it to your page and watch it grow. Also, maybe you've already done the Facebook boosting, but for as little as $1 a day, you can boost a post. They will give you full analytical breakdown on that, and you'll have the potential to reach thousands and thousands more people than you normally would via your regular followers. Okay, so good stuff there. I always like to reiterate this. We have 17 home ports. This is definitely one of the strategies to success that Carnival has, with more U.S. departures than anyone else. Half of North America is within a 5-hour drive to a fun ship, which is really just phenomenal if you think about it. We are everywhere, and that definitely plays a large role in the accessibility, getting some, whether they're past guests or first-time cruisers. Amazingly, there is a huge segment of the population who has never taken a cruise, yet cruising is the fastest growing vacation option and has been trending that way for quite a number of years. So business is good, it's going to get better, and the easier we can make it for people to open their minds, open their heart, and think about doing something different, again, tap into that why part, the more we know that they're going to love it, because easily, once you go on a cruise, you become a cruise addict. We are definitely racking up some big praise, and one of the things I like to point out here is just information, right? When you're armed with information, it can help to overcome objections or other obstacles, or just to prop up perhaps a group that you're promoting, or a segment that you're looking to tap into. Some of these awards can really help you with that. Winning Best Domestic Cruise Line last year. This year we've won Best Cruise Line for LGBTQ, and that was in the Travi Awards. Also, the Most Trusted Brand 2 years in a row by Reader's Digest. That word trust is extremely important, and your clients are trusting you with their vacation and their vacation dollars, and so trust, it goes a long way. So if you come up against any obstacles, I think referencing that Reader's Digest award 2 years in a row is a really good one. Cruise Fever, we won Best Mainstream Cruises, Best Onboard Thrill for Skyride, which is on the Vista and Horizon. Difference, Best New Cruise Ship, Carnival Vista, Best Cruise Line for the Value, Best Cruise Line for Teens, and then Amber Cove, which I know we talked about on our last webinar. That is our new port of call that we've developed in the Dominican Republic. Really, really beautiful. Actually, the site of the first Jurassic Park that they filmed, the movie, parts of the movie there. When they were doing the amber mining, you can see there's a sign there kind of referencing that point. So it's a nice photo op for people. Some of the world's most beautiful amber comes from this area. And it's one of those ports of call that you can certainly go off and do amazing excursions, or you can just hang there at the port. We have developed it, tons to do, including zip lining that's available for $10 to $20 a person, I believe, unlimited zip lines for the day. So kind of something unique and different. And of course, I have to put the funnel in here because if you're like me, when you see the funnel, your heart kind of starts pumping and you just get excited. And again, it goes back to that first time you ever saw a ship or had that moment where you were just overwhelmed and fell in love with cruising and the ocean. And so we have these logo image items available to you on GoCCL.com. So in there is so much information, including marketing approved logos, pictures, different images from different parts of the ship to destinations to different types of marketing that you might want to do, whether you're focusing on a family or couples or just friends or children or families traveling without children. So all of those are available to you, and they're on GoCCL.com. So some of the questions that come up a lot are, how do you avoid going straight to price? So I do have just a couple of tidbits in here. One of the things we've noticed that works really well is by asking, really talking about the staterooms at the very end of a conversation. It's so common for us to ask right away, do you want an inside or an ocean view, with or without a balcony? But if we can delay that question a little bit towards the end, you'll find that you're able to reach in and get more hot buttons. Also, you're able to paint that picture a little bit clearer as far as the experience, right? And once you've painted the picture of all the amazing things to do on the ship, all the places that they'll be going, you've identified where these guests are going to spend all of their time. Is it going to be by the pool, in the casino, in the room? Is it going to be with children in Camp Carnival? Where are they going to be spending a lot of their time? That's going to help you a lot in trying to upsell them to some of those higher level staterooms or different types of staterooms, right? So whether it's ocean view but on higher decks or ocean view to balcony to suite, getting that information first will definitely help you to eliminate some of those objections. Okay, so we talk about price. When an interior or ocean view is identified, it's almost expected that you go straight to price. Because I've listened in on a lot of phone calls, not yours, don't worry, but over the years, in coaching for cruise sales, and the minute a cabin is identified, oh yeah, I want a balcony cabin, what's the price? It's almost the very first question that's asked or implied. And then once that price is mentioned, it's kind of hard to set the stage for other opportunities, right? So we want to build rapport, identify those hot buttons, help paint the picture, and then make it easier for the sale through the alternative close. Here are a couple of scripts that we've found to be useful. For example, Mr. Smith, have you ever been to a Falcons game, right? Been in the upper level and regretted not paying a little more to be in the lower level? You could use this for a concert, Broadway show, anything really. And just this line, that's where I come in. As your travel specialist or as your travel agent or cruise specialist, I'm here to help you navigate the options to ensure you have the best experience possible, because it does come down to experience. We want people, our guests, to have the best experience from beginning to end and then, right? Same thing for hotel and resort. what's important to your guests? Does it matter the view that they have? Do they care, right? Most people do, but some people don't. So maybe you find out other things that are important to them. Maybe they don't want to commute all over the ship, right? Because they commute during the work week to work. Maybe they need to be near a certain area because that's where they're going to be spending a lot of their time. Some other examples would be, hi, Dave, would you prefer an interior or an ocean view stateroom? And then Dave says, I would like a balcony. Great, excellent choice. Would you like Carnival to randomly assign your cabin, or would you like to choose your own? Now we know with that random assignment, that would be our guarantees, right? Well, most passengers are going to say, oh, I want to pick out my own cabin. You would then say, I don't blame you, Dave. Remember, it's all about location, location, location. Let's pick one close to all the activities for you. And maybe you can insert it, right? Let's pick one close to that casino for you. You mentioned that you're going to be spending all of your time up on the Lido deck, laying out from, dawn to dusk. Let's find one that's close to that for you. And then you're in luck. I have a beautiful stateroom with a private balcony, a king-size bed, an upper and convertible sofa for your kids. It's even in a prime midship location. I can't believe it's still available. This will put you close to Camp Ocean. How does that sound? So just really elaborating and painting the picture will allow you to look for those opportunities to upsell your clients, which will also, of course, put more commission in your pockets. Remember, experiences matter. We don't want to put the X in experience. By asking the right questions, we're going to get the right answers. And what I found is that when I don't know the answers, I just keep asking questions. I mean, think about children when they're age 4 and 5. They are relentless. It is just question after question after question, and every question leads to another question, and every answer has another question. They're never satisfied, but they're learning. They're soaking it all up. They're learning so much. And when I don't know something, I just keep asking questions until I kind of get the answers that I need, right? And in honor of May the 4th be with you, you can't do it unless you can imagine it. So that's a part of our role as travel specialists, is to help people to imagine it, to get creative and to paint the picture of what their vacation could be. So what's important to your guests? Where are they spending their time? What activities will they be enjoying? What's the purpose of their vacation? Because all of those answers might be different based on who they're with and what time of year and what the purpose of that vacation is. And then really identifying by what's important, you can maybe overcome some of those price objections. One of the things in the past, and so anyone who's cruised recently knows this is not true, but in the past, non-cruisers or one-time cruisers, would say, oh, I'm so disconnected. My cell phone doesn't work. I don't know what's going on back at home. I can't keep up with the markets, or it would be very expensive to stay in touch. We have finally conquered this, and so it's really awesome. We are all connected. There's just no way to escape it anymore. And the good thing is you don't have to be if you don't want to be, but we have made it easier, and we've also made it more affordable. So all of our ships now feature internet plans starting as low as $5 a day. For $5 a day, they have full access to their social media platforms. And so if you're on Facebook, with Facebook Messenger or WhatsApp, you can text. So that's a really easy, affordable way to text people back home and, of course, to share those awesome experiences. We now also have our pictures on some of the newer ships where they're available right here, just like you're seeing computer style. So you can print them out directly from the ship, or you can send them home to be printed or get them on a disc. Some of the ships are migrating to more of this type of a photo hub, just so if you've been on the Vista, you will have seen that, and also on the Horizon. The Hub app is available on all of our ships. This is a free app, and we encourage everybody to use it. It is going to replace the fun times, not literally, but for some people it will. We'll still have the fun times in their stateroom with all of the activities for the day, where they're going, their dining time, their sail and sign information. But most people have their phones with them at all times, and it'll be right there, including back on board at this time, right? An example here, it's 2 p.m. That's very important because we don't want anyone to get left behind. Now, if your client wants to chat with other people on board, maybe family members, they can finally leave those walkie-talkies behind. As long as they have this app for $5 for the entire cruise, they can text and keep up with other people on the ship that have this app. So really, really great information. Carnival Live, perhaps you're familiar with this. We should be announcing our shows for 2018 very soon. These are really concerts at sea, and they're just something to offer a talking point or for group opportunities. So what's great about them is that they're no more expensive than what you would find on land. Average tickets are $80 per person for an event. And because it's often held in the theater on our ship, it's a much smaller venue than you would have on land. So oftentimes you're with, you might even have the chance to have a meet and greet or a photo opportunity. It is definitely a little bit more intimate of an environment. Now for our kids programs, we know how phenomenal they are. Just so you know, Camp Carnival is now being rebranded as Camp Ocean. So maybe you've seen this on some of the ships. Some still do have Camp Carnival, but it won't be for long. Camp Ocean is more of an ocean-themed kids experience, with the little ones being called penguins. That's ages 2 to 5. And then from 6, 7, and 8, they're going to be called the stingrays. And then 9, 10, and 11 will be the sharks. So that's kind of how we're rebranding. We still, of course, have Circle C for ages 12 to 14 and Club O2 for 15 to 17-year-olds, and those are extremely popular. So I have a couple pictures here to show you. Well, first, here's Dr. Seuss, and this is what happens on the Sea Day when they have the Sea Day Dr. Seuss brunch. This brunch is only $5 per person, and as you can see, they totally transform the dining room into Seussville. Characters come out, thing 1 and thing 2. They actually do have green eggs and ham, breakfast, on the menu, and an incredible menu, including filet mignon and all these delicious offerings. For guests who don't want the Seuss experience, they can actually have the same menu at the other dining room on Sea Days for free. So that is a nice insider tip. This summer, we're also launching, it's now on all of our ships, Build-A-Bear Workshop, another amazing partnership that we have, including the St. Jude Build-A-Bear. So that's one of the bears that families will be able to build, and the proceeds will go to our charity that we partner with, St. Jude. Here is some of the Dr. Seuss at Sea. This is Bookville, where they'll have story time and Dr. Seuss games. So cute. This is Camp Ocean, so it looks definitely different from Camp Carnival. Of course, still free, ages 2 to 11. Circle C for that tween set, and Club O2. And of course, they're a little different on each ship, but this is just to give you an idea. They have their own space and everything. Love Build-A-Bear. And the Night Owls, if you're not familiar, is our babysitting at sea. So we have our camp kids programs ages 2 to 17, but what do you do with those little ones that are under 2? And also, what do you do with your kids after, 9:59 p.m. when the camps are closed? Well, thank goodness we have Night Owls. So Night Owls is the babysitting program. It is only $6.75 per hour. Per child, and yes, we do change diapers, and I bring this up because I don't think anyone else does. So we do change diapers, which is really nice for families who might not have a potty-trained child. And again, when you're in those family harbor staterooms on Vista and Horizon, you do get 1 free night. This is available from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. And there are certain times when babysitting is available for parents. Maybe there's a young, couple with a 6-month-old and they're in Cozumel and they'd like to get off the ship and do some diving. That would be an opportunity where maybe they could do the babysitting. It's available at select times on port days. Our Cheers program continues to be very popular. Some of the questions that I get with this is age. Yes, you must be 21 or older. Also, everybody in the cabin of age must purchase it. So if one person purchases it, the other person must also. It is $54.95 per person per day if they purchase it on board. So they'll save $5 a day if they sign up in advance. And this is a 15-drink limit, And it applies to milkshakes, sodas, specialty coffees, and the alcoholic beverages, so they can definitely get their money's worth. And where I see this really benefiting people is on a 3 or 4 day sailing, where they're probably going to be drinking those couple days, or a premium drinker. And the reason for that is because recently we increased the value of these drinks. So in your 15 drink limit per day, each drink can be up to a $50 value. So maybe your client has expensive taste and they have a, $25 glass of wine they prefer, or a $30 scotch or brandy. Then in these situations, this would be very, very beneficial. As you know, the Beautiful Horizon is currently being built, and if you go to our website, you can kind of track it and see where she's at. On YouTube also, there's videos where they're building the ship, putting it together. You can watch how that's done. That's really exciting. As of right now, we just recently had our coin ceremony and float out, and so still being built. We don't have interior outfitting until later on this year. Crew will come on board next March, final sea trials in the fall, and then the ship will be delivered in March of 2018. Now, when this beautiful ship, Horizon, which is a sister ship to the Vista, we're calling her the Vista Sista, she will debut in spring doing Europe, about 7 different sailings, a beautiful transatlantic from Barcelona to New York in May. And then we'll spend the summer in New York. So a very, very big opportunity for those of you living in New York or have clients in New York, in the New England area. Brand new ship, sister ship to the best cruise ship of the year last year, Vista, doing Caribbean, all from New York all summer long, and 5 Bermuda cruises. Bermuda is hot, hot, hot. You have to be invited to Bermuda as a cruise line. It is a very expensive island and very beautiful. And to be able to go on a cruise, especially a brand new ship from your backyard in New York, is an amazing opportunity. These are 4-day sailings with 1 full day in Bermuda to kind of give people a taste. And if they love it, they can, of course, come back for more. But it's a really special opportunity, and we expect those to sell out pretty quickly. After her summer in New York, the Horizon will be making her home in Miami. Yay! We will lose the Vista, unfortunately, but the Vista will find her new home in Galveston, Texas. So really some exciting, exciting news. And then in 2020, I want to say, we have 2 more ships coming out called Carnival XL. They are not quite named yet, but they're going to be big. Let's just put it that way. Very, very big. Here are some of the rooms of the Havana rooms that we were talking about. You can see it's a nostalgic Caribbean, Cuban kind of decor, very beautiful. There's a picture of the lanai, and that is the resort-style pool on the back that is the exclusive use of these staterooms. Beautiful. One of the announcements we recently made is the Carnival Horizon. When she debuts, she will be the first and only ship to have our Waterworks program that is Dr. Seuss branded. I love it. Look how much fun that looks. So this will be the only ship where you can have the Dr. Seuss water park. Vista and Horizon both have these first. So if you have clients who want the very first, this is a great opportunity. The first IMAX at Sea. Vista is sailing currently with a full theater IMAX at Sea, showing first run movies, same as on land. Also, the first aerial ride at sea. So perhaps you've seen the Sky Ride. What's neat about Sky Ride is, A, it's free. B, it's fun. C, if you're afraid of heights, don't do it. I'm just kidding. You are 800 feet of track around the top of the ship, 150 feet from the top deck. But what it does is it provides amazingly beautiful panoramic views in line with our theme, Vista, which is view. So you can pedal slow and just take in the breathtaking view, or you can go fast and race the person next to you. There are 2 of them, one red, one blue, that go side by side around the ship. And this Sky Ride was invented by a man named Scott Olson. Maybe you saw him on Shark Tank. He was on a couple of years ago, I want to say. And he made it all the way to Kevin, who broke his heart at the end. Nobody bought in. But look, He overcame that obstacle. He is on the Vista and Horizon now. So this is the only place in the world on our ships that you can go on the Skyride, and unless you want to go to Minnesota, where he lives, and I think he has a Skyride park somewhere there. So a nice little, and he invented rollerblades. So he is an entrepreneur, and I'm sure we'll see more from Scott Olson. Some little tips here. So glad my travel agent told me. Cucina del Capitano and Gigi's Asian Kitchen, both awesome restaurants on most of our ships. There is a fee for dinner. It is $15, but at lunch it is free. So let your clients know. Go at lunch. It is absolutely free. The savings tip for Cheers, we already talked about. The Sea Day brunch, free, right? If they don't want the Dr. Seuss character breakfast. Fahrenheit Steakhouse. Oh my goodness, if you have not tried this steakhouse, it is unbelievable. It rivals any steakhouse on land for only $35 per person. This specialty dining experience will want them coming back for more every single day. It is that good. Served on Versace china, absolutely amazing. And what's great is that on the very first night, if they decide to go, they will get a free bottle of wine. So that's a nice insider tip as well. So this is the Carnival Trade collateral ordering tool. I'm hoping that each of you are on GoCCL.com. That is your one-stop go-to shop. It has everything you could possibly need to book Carnival and to be knowledgeable on all of the promotions, policies, procedures, techniques, sales tips, etc. Our newest brochure just came out with sailings all the way through April of 2019, and you can order them directly right here. We'll ship them to you for free. They come in a box of 25, so just let us know how many boxes you need, where you want them shipped to. If you're doing a private event someplace, you can have them shipped directly there as well. So you just log in, and we can mail those out to you, okay? On board with you. So together, we truly are better. And this is a section on GoCCL. Each one of these icons is a section within a section. So I encourage you to really go through and look. You can see marketing videos, newsletters, updates, commission questions. Adolfo Perez, who is our vice president, is on Facebook, and I highly encourage you to like his Facebook page. I would appreciate it if you would like mine as well. That would be awesome, so I can get to know you better. Our seminars at sea are available here. Mike Julius is another vice president of ours. He has a podcast series each week where he interviews different people from the industry and within Carnival with behind the scenes really great information. There's Cruise Night Kit, e-collateral library, so templates already made for groups, for different types of groups. Everything is letterhead, anything that you need for that. And then, of course, our Carnival Passport section and our rewards program. And these are two areas that I just want to spend a couple minutes talking about. When you go into GoCCL.com, this is what it currently looks like. All right, so you can see all the information there. You'll log in, and then once you log into GoCCL, up at the top where you see booking tools, marketing tools, training, resource center, and sales, all of those have drop-down menus as well. So when you go into Resource Center, then you're going to be able to find Passport. Passport training is our learning module, and we encourage you to learn with us. I'm actually taking the course right now so that I can, know what I'm talking about. It is a lot of information. I'm not going to lie to you. It is not a quick course. It's probably going to take you about 6 months if you were to complete the entire thing. So it's something that when you have free time, or you want to learn and have some fun, go on Passport. There are 6 different sections, and when you finish the whole program, you're a crusader, and we are incentivizing you for this. So we want you to learn. We want you to stay engaged with us. It is fun. There's video games and puzzles and videos, and it's not just like, college courses. It's actually very fun and interactive. When you complete it, you do get a free seminar at sea. So you'll have an opportunity to cruise with us and to bring a guest, and you'll just be responsible for the, taxes and port fees, stuff like that. But It's a really great opportunity to learn and to cruise with us, and we encourage you to join. The other thing is our Travel Agent Rewards program, where, let's see, where is that? Sorry about that. So our Travel Agent Rewards program are different ways that you can earn points. So this is another section that you will need to register for. So you have GoCCL, then you'll register for Passport, and then you'll register for Travel Agent Rewards. And in the rewards program, we're going to reward you for doing what you're doing already. Booking Carnival, learning about Carnival, cruising with Carnival, putting your clients on, booking through GoCCL, reading different newsletters, attending different events and ship inspections. These are all different things, hidden treasures that we put on GoCCL throughout different days. There's always an opportunity to earn these points. You have 90 days to enter these points. Points are redeemed then for gift cards, other items. We've had, iPads, TVs, gift cards, logo items, all kinds of information. It's really up to you how you want to spend those points, but they can accrue, and then you can redeem them for maybe Amazon gift cards, things of that nature, just things that you would use in your everyday life. It doesn't have to be cruise related per se, but we just want to reward you for remaining engaged and learning and getting to know Carnival better. So this is another area that we highly encourage you to sign up for. I think you'll find it very rewarding. I think we're the only cruise line to be offering something like this. And again, there's just so much information out there, and we just want everyone to learn as much as they possibly can. It's going to make the whole experience better. And so if you didn't know about this, we do guarantee not just a great vacation, but an amazing vacation. And again, we're the only cruise line to offer something like this. You have nothing to lose by booking Carnival, and your clients have nothing to lose by booking Carnival. Now, I must say this guarantee has not been used very often because, let's face it, we deliver an amazing product, but it is there. So if your clients get on board and they're not loving their vacation, maybe they're a first-time cruiser and you've just talked them into it and they're so afraid they're going to get claustrophobic, seasick, but all the things that we hear sometimes. Or maybe they're not sure if this is for them. They have nothing to lose. Put them on board. They have 24 hours to let our purser's office know that it's not what they expected. And if that's the case, we will fly them home at our expense. We will protect your commission 100%, and we will refund their cruise 110%. So again, nothing to lose. Now keep in mind, they do have to spend that first night on board, right? So they have 24 hours, but we need them to spend at least one night to fully experience the product. The next day, the next port of call, it's going to be in another country. So they do have to have a passport to utilize this. That is the only disclaimer, right? Because that's just the law. They need to have a passport to be able to fly back. But we do have this guarantee, and it's there if you need to use it, right? So there's more information available on our website for that as well if you need it. So we know we fill bucket lists, lots of fun. You guys are seriously awesome, really, really appreciating all that you're doing. You're awesome, you're rock stars. And so I know the cat's out of the bag, but yes, we have another Carnival cruise for you. We are going to be doing another amazing raffle that this contest kicked off yesterday. So just like we did a few weeks ago, we pulled, I believe it was Deandra Dobbins, won that cruise. We do have another 7-night Caribbean or Mexico cruise in an Ocean View stateroom for 2 people. Again, you'll just be responsible for those taxes and port fees and then the gratuities on board at your discretion. And there's a couple exclusions, but pretty much, there's a lot of available options here for you. Any Caribbean and Mexico cruise, except for Vista, throughout this summer, sailing through November 30th. So hopefully you'll have some vacation time coming up if you're the lucky winner, and every single booking counts. Every single booking counts. So get those bookings going for Carnival. We really appreciate it. We'll be doing that drawing on July the 12th. This contest period is for starting yesterday, May the 8th, and it ends July the 2nd. Okay, so by the 12th, we'll have all the information. We'll be able to do that during Facebook Live. And there's also a couple of other prizes. So for second place, $300 gift card. And third prize is IntelliTravel logo swag. And this is a raffle, so everyone has an equal opportunity to win. Every single booking counts. This time, we have added an extra little kicker, however, to qualify. And this is just because we believe that Passport and Travel Agent Rewards are going to benefit you. A, there's gift cards involved. B, there's a free cruise at the end involved with Passport. So there's nothing to lose. We just really want you to sign up. So please register for Carnival Passport, register for Travel Agent Rewards, and highly encourage you to participate in our fireside chat that we'll be having in June. This is the first time that we're doing something like this, and it's going to be a live webinar with you. It's Carnival Cruise Line and IntelliTravel executives, and really just a nice sit-down fireside chat talking about the State of the Union, any questions that you have. We want to answer them. We want to know that we are truly committed and partnered with you all. And so if you complete 2 out of these 3 steps, register for Passport, register for rewards, participate in the fireside chat, complete 2 of the 3, then all of your bookings will count towards this contest. Okay? So very, very exciting stuff. You guys truly, truly rock. And back to Dr. Seuss, will you succeed? Yes, you will indeed. 98.75% guaranteed. We are on board with you. And once again, just thank you so much.
All right, there you have it. And if you actually, guys, go to your inbox right now, you should actually have the email, if my team timed it correctly, with the email, actually, with that concert that Jody just announced as well. Again, that is exclusive to IntelliTravel. So, again, nobody else is out there and has this opportunity. So just make sure that you know that. Make sure you appreciate that. This is another free cruise that Carnival is giving away. If anybody watched the live Facebook feed, and we've told the other Carnival winner, of course, for the cruise, we announced it on Facebook too. It was pretty awesome. It was pretty exciting. And we got tons of entries that we got to send to Jody, of course, for agents who participated. So congrats to everybody. So again, just to reiterate to everybody again, this is a contest that did start yesterday. So any bookings that you made deposited yesterday will count for you. Okay. And check your inbox. But basically, this is an exclusive incentive. We're giving away the 7-night, Carnival is giving us a 7-night Ocean View Caribbean and Mexico cruise for 2. Winner gets to choose between an itinerary of their choice, including Alaska, Cuba, Europe, and Vista Sailing. There's a second place prize, which is a $300 Visa gift card, and a third place prize, which is $100 worth of IntelliTravel swag, which we also gave away. There is a booking form that you must fill out as well. So again, it's just one qualified Carnival booking. So easy, right? One qualified booking. All the qualifications are in the email. And then 2 of the other 3 qualifications that you must pass, of course, are in there. And, of course, registered for Passport, registered for Travel Agent Rewards. There is a code that you are given, a special code just for IntelliTravel agents that actually gets you 100 bonus points. So, again, thank you to Jody and our Carnival partnership. You are given 100 bonus Carnival points for entering that code for your Travel Agent Reward program. By entering that in a special IntelliTravel code. And that is, again, for your rewards account that you need to do that. There is a fireside chat, which is basically a webinar that is going to be available in the calendar of events there in your back office site, what you can attend. So 2 of those criteria must be met, of course. Again, we're going to announce the winner live on Facebook on Wednesday, July 12th. So you've got to pay attention to the Facebook for that live feed for July 12th. to see if you are in it. You must submit the form. Winner will be picked from the submitted forms on July 2nd. All right, so we're giving away another free 7-night cruise to a lucky agent, plus a few $100s and some pretty awesome prizes and giveaways. So again, awesome. Thank you for that, Jody, of course, and for our Carnival partnership. And a really important thank you for an awesome webinar. There was some really amazing content in there. I'm trying to answer as many questions as I can because there were some great questions in here. Some of them were certainly easy for me to answer. Some of them are super specific. Some of them I know you did answer. So I kept some really good ones in here. So I'm going to start with something that seems a little basic, but actually I think it's important. And it has to do with amenity points and gap points. So for group sailing, how does it work? I mean, it's more like a CLIA kind of thing, but how does it work? How are group amenity points applied? Why do some sailings have amenity points and some have more and less? And how does that kind of work?
Okay, great question. So amenity points are, think of them as an incentive to book a group. And so on sailings where maybe we have a little bit more inventory, we are willing to incentivize groups to come on board with some of those bonus points. Those bonus points have a cash value that can be used for, cocktail parties, bonus commission, TC credits, champagne, chocolate, things of that nature. But there is a dollar value to them. So usually if you see a sailing with like 4 points, that means there's not a lot of groups on there yet, or maybe it's a softer sailing that we are encouraging groups. If it's the summertime and holidays, a lot of times you're just not going to find maybe any amenity points or maybe only one. If we have a group space available with 0 amenity points, the advantage to still booking it as a group, because that might be a question, is that there's still a group on board, right? When you're booked FIT, the ship sees you as FIT cabins, even though you might be, 12 cabins sailing together as a group. Unless you're actually booked in groups, you're not really given that group priority on board as far as dining, cabins together, just kind of the collaboration part on board. But I think dining would be the main point, advantage of doing that. But so it's still good to put them in groups even at 0 points, but that's the reason why.
Okay, good question. Is it possible to add a balcony stateroom to a group after you have set the type and number of rooms you initially requested?
There is, especially if there's names and full deposit. So if we're going outside of the group space and it's available, they'll happily add to it. So provided that there's full names and deposit available, because we'll be berthing a cabin. So when group space is held, it's sort of a speculative group. We're kind of pulling a certain allotted number of cabins out of inventory that we are guesstimating, because there's other spec groups out there as well. Once we're actually berthing a cabin, then it becomes real inventory, and it's a different story. But it's always on a case-by-case basis. So it's best to work with the group's representative and try to work with them. And we really try to work individually on those, but the situation's constantly changing at the same time based on other groups opening and closing and FIT cabins opening and closing.
Okay, awesome. This is a great question, and it comes up often, sometimes with cruise, sometimes with not. So if you don't mind, Jody, I'm going to take this. But it's about payment plans. And not a lot of suppliers have actually payment plan processes set up. Very few do. And the reason is because, they're actually very easy to do, and most of them have it, and you can do them kind of, catered, right? So, I mean, how it works with anyone, cruise, land, shore excursions, anyone, package wholesale, is a booking isn't confirmed until you make a deposit, whatever that deposit is, whether it's a reduced deposit promo and you're paying $25 or you're paying $250 deposit. Whatever the deposit is, you put a deposit down for the booking, to confirm the booking, to hold the booking, to confirm the pricing, to lock in the pricing. Maybe you have to pay the airfare up front, which is usually always the case unless you're wholesaler or consolidator, that's fine. But you put the deposit down. And then they tell you next payment is due on X date. Final payment due on this date, which is usually, depending on the cruise line, again, usually it's 30 to 60 days, prior to the cruise departure or prior to the vacation start date, right? So that's technically your payment plan. Deposit, payment 2, final payment. Sometimes it's just deposit and then final payment. So then that is your window. If your client wants to pay monthly, they want to be put on a payment plan, you then know that from the deposit to the final payment, they have a balance of $2,000. So then depending on what their balance is, you can say, okay, well, to pay that balance off by the final payment due date, you need to pay $300 every month from now until July 1st. And then that's it. You put it on your calendar that every third of the month, you're going to call them and say, just a reminder, I'm putting another $300 on your credit card. You want to use the same credit card? Yes. Okay, great. Oh, you want to switch a credit card? Okay, give me the new credit card number. And then that is how you work it, because oftentimes they're going to want to switch a credit card. It's more common than not. And then you make the next payment for them. Okay, so that's usually how most suppliers work. And that payment plan question comes up a lot. So that is usually the best way to work it. So you have the ability, the freedom, the flexibility to put your client on a payment plan that works best for them, and they have the freedom and flexibility to change a credit card whatever, whenever, however many times they want, okay? And it's your responsibility as the agent, and it's your job, right? Because, again, it's one of the reasons that the benefits of them having an agent, because no 800 number is going to do that, right? They're going to just bang their card. But it's your benefit as an agent, your responsibility as their agent to say, just want to make sure this is the card you want to use, unless you want to switch a card. So that's my advice. I don't know if Jody, you want to add to that, or if anything is different from Carnival's perspective, but I'm pretty sure that is policy. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, that's perfect. That's perfect. Okay. It's something, the cruise lines, we certainly don't do it, but a lot of people want it. And so that is an advantage that a travel agent has for sure, that you can do that by giving them that personalized service and working with them and making it easier to do what's possible.
Yep. Okay. And this question here, final payment date cannot be extended from the one indicated because final payment is final payment. And the supplier determines that. And usually that is when final payment is due, because that's, their policy. So it's usually whatever it is, right, 60 days before the date of the cruise. So you need to stick with that. By all means, you need to stick with that. Because if you don't, what happens is they may cancel your cruise, or you may have a penalty or whatnot. So when final payment is due, it is your job to make sure that final payment is due. You'll often get notifications or emails, but you need to make sure that you are on top of making sure that final payment is paid when it's due.
Oh, yeah. And actually, Tara, with groups, because it's a different system with groups, it's important that by that deposit date, even if it's the first deposit, when it comes to the group, make sure that if whatever that group deposit amount is, that's what is provided, or drop a cabin off. So if you're holding like a certain number of cabins and maybe not all of the deposits have come in, it's very important to release those remaining cabins. Because if it shows that there's missing, then they could cancel the group, because it looks at it as one big booking. So it can get kind of confusing. So that's the really thing that I've noticed when mistakes are made or those oops things happen, across different clients or direct or with agents. It's just important to have that met or to release them. So when you have your clients say, listen, I need to have that first deposit, and give them a couple days before it's actually due. That way you'll know exactly what you have. You don't have to assign the deposits and birth the cabins yet, but it's going to look at it as, one big group booking with $18,000 on it. It doesn't have anything assigned yet. So that's where sometimes that confusion comes in.
Okay. All right. Here's a good question. How soon can 2018 cruise be booked?
Oh, absolutely. Right now, we are booking through April of 2019.
Okay. Next question is a lot of questions here on. Here's a good question. You mentioned the LGBT award Carnival recently received. However, cannot find any material on GoCCL. Does it exist? Is a target market for me? And if not, can it be created? So it looks like she's got LGBT clients and looking for some marketing material, I guess.
Got it. Yes, like the different templates that we have that feature different segments of the population. I think that's a great point. I'm going to bring that to my marketing team tomorrow. If you want to email me offline with your information, then I can make sure we work to get something together for you on that.
Okay.
Very good point. I'm surprised we don't have that already.
Next question is Dr. Seuss Brunch. Will it ever become available in the fun shops online for pre-purchase?
Oh, if you want to pre-purchase the brunch for clients, that's a good question. I don't know. I can bring that to the team and see if there's any interest. A lot of times people will buy like an onboard credit for somebody, but it is nice, you know, when it specifies something specific like that. We don't have it to my knowledge, but I will let it be known that.
Can they pre-book it? I mean, they can pre-book the Dr. Seuss Brunch, right? Or no?
It's actually done the very first day. Like the minute you get on the ship, they're right there in different parts of the ship signing people up.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of like whatever. That's something like a Disney, very big Disney thing. Like you can pre-book like princess breakfasts and, you know, whatnot. So, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Build-A-Bear, is it only for kids?
No. No. Oh, my goodness.
Okay.
It's fun for everybody. My daughter's 20 and she still wants to do Build-A-Bear anytime we see it because it reminds her of her childhood.
Is the IMAX an extra fee?
It is. It's I want to say $12.75 per person. So it's very similar to what you would find on land. It's really a movie theater on land that's on the ship, showing the same movies that are in the theaters on land.
Okay.
Now there's documentaries that they show, and those are free. So they'll have different documentaries, which is very common with IMAX. Those are free.
Okay. Next question is, are there special activities on board for children/adults with special needs like autism?
That is a good question. I want to say that there are, but I'd rather have some specific information to provide. So I'm going to table that and get back to you with specifics.
I wonder if there's something in GoCCL that might have a little more information on that. I mean, I know there are some suppliers that do specialize in, you know, special needs. And when I say specialized, meaning that they have specific cruises and people on board that are certified to deal with special needs, you know, children, adults, teens, tweens, and may have programs on board. But there are not, I'm going to say there are not a lot that have it to that extent. To where they have programs and whatnot, but they might have certainly in the camps and the whatnot and the daycare facilities. I'm sure they have people that are certified. However, having programs for autistic and teens and children, I'm not sure how many have fully embraced programs like that. But perhaps if you go to GoCCL, you might find out more. But that is a good question. Is there a weight limit on the Sky Ride?
There is. There is a weight limit.
Okay. Any idea what it is?
No.
Okay.
Let's see. And then you have to wear closed-toed shoes. You have to be 48 inches tall, and the weight limit is 300 pounds.
All right, there you go. Are there going to be any added cruises for Hawaii next year?
I hope so. I don't know. I find out as soon as everyone else finds out. I certainly hope so. If there are, it's usually 1 or 2 sailings.
Okay. Okay. All right. So can we talk about the Carnival Passport and the Reward Program? Are there 2 separate accounts or sign-ins that they need for the Passport and the Rewards? Or and then the question is, yes, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say there's actually 3. So you'll have your GoCCL login. Then from there, you'll register for Passport and then another registration for Rewards.
Okay. Okay. And what if you already signed up with Passport and Rewards? I'm assuming that's for the contest purposes.
You've already met 2 out of the 3.
Okay, so that sometimes they don't have to transfer anything if they've already signed up for it and it's under IntelliTravel.
No,
like
that's
you're on
okay.
it.
Okay. Yeah,
okay.
Great.
All right. Well, I hope that's not it, though. I hope you guys then at least go that extra mile and attend the fireside chat. Okay. Yeah, there's a few questions on that. Taking the Passport, cruise, everyone should do it. Oh, great. There's lots of compliments here on the Passport program. Okay, sorry.
It's actually pretty fun.
Oh, lots of questions. Okay. So there's a lot of questions here on, first of all, how do you register to GoCCL.com? Guys, just go to GoCCL.com and just go to the upper right-hand corner and click on login, enter the agency phone number, and just follow the very simple, steps to creating your own account, okay? There's lots of questions here, though, Jody, on groups. So when they do go and get into access to GoCCL, I would like to just point out, and Jody and I were talking about it earlier, and we didn't want to get into so much into groups because groups is a whole different ballgame, and it's an amazing source of revenue, and we are, like Jody said, booking a ton of groups, and it's easy income. If you're booking 1 or 2 FIT cabins, trust me, it's just as easy to book, 10 or 15 or 20 or 50. But there is a bunch of webinars and tutorials on GoCCL specifically for groups and how to book groups. There is also in your agent back office site, go to IntelliTravel.com, go log in, go to the IntelliTutorial section, okay? And there are also Carnival webinars that we've previously done that also talk about groups. So you can watch it 2 ways. I recommend going to GoCCL because you'll probably find more recent and up-to-date ones there, but we have done recent webinars with Jody that talk about groups. And you can definitely, find stuff there. I don't know if you want to add anything to that, Jody, but groups is definitely a whole ballgame that you could do a whole hour webinar on just for that.
It is, yeah. And in GoCCL, I mean, there is a lot. There are webinars in there that we have provided for you. And also in Mike's Mike podcast, I know that just recently there was groups and travel agent rewards. The woman that's in charge of the whole program was doing a webinar. So there's a lot of information. When it gets into the event planning part of groups, which is where I think a lot of the questions come in, that is a whole nother separate division. Right, and so there's some in there, maybe not as much as groups in general. I know there's a weddings document with renewing vows and weddings, and there's a whole brochure that's in there. There's limited event planning information because it's so much on a case-by-case basis, and there is an event planner that is assigned to each ship. So all 26 ships have their own event planner that deal exclusively with anyone booking groups on every single sailing because there's so many details as far as, technical requirements, and not all ships are the same as to what they can provide. So it becomes a real personal relationship type of thing with that event planner once the group space is held. But in a sense, it's a catch-22, and I think that's where some frustration comes in. You do have to have the group booked and the space held before you can meet with the event planner. But usually these are booked so far out that it doesn't really matter. But I would say at least just grab that initial space so that you can move forward into the event planning portion if that is really, really important for you. For example, you're having entertainers, performance-based, things of that nature. So those would be for the really big groups. For the majority of our groups, it tends to be church groups are our number one group, family reunions, things of that nature. It's a lot easier to work with.
Okay, there's a few questions here on that drink package, and I'm gonna have to kind of shut these off, guys. I don't want to keep Jody any longer, and you guys any longer too. There's a few questions here on the drink package. In regards to drink packages, the 15 drink minimum includes the total days on the cruise, or is it per day? And
per day.
Also, is it on alcohol or all drinks?
It's for alcohol, but a lot of times, like by the third or fourth day, someone will be kind of sick of alcohol. So you can have other things. If you're not going to drink your whole 15 alcoholic drinks that day, you can get a milkshake. You can get the big bottles of water, the specialty coffee drinks. You can do that instead, but it is 15 alcoholic drinks per day.
Okay. Okay, FIT stands for independent travel. Good question. Marketing material, flyers, itinerary information, brochures can all be found on GoCCL.com. Again, GoCCL.com. That is the travel agent portal for Carnival, okay? Of course, you're going to find the passport information, the travel agent rewards information as well. So, so all that information is going to be found there as well. Pricing is all going to be found there as well. And a lot of these questions can all be found there as well. Jody, can you please, do you want to provide your email address or anything for anybody else who has any other questions that we can't get to here? I'm going to stay online. If anybody wants to stay online, I'm going to stay on for another 20 minutes, half hour, and answer some of these questions. If anybody really wants to get some of these questions answered, I'm going to stay online with you. If not, then you guys can, by all means, just go to the GoCCL site, and of course, finds a lot of these questions. But if anyone wants to hang on a little bit later with me after the webinar is over, I will answer as many questions as I can. But for those who want to, of course, get to bed and carry on with the rest of the night, we're going to end the webinar in a little bit after we do the prize. But go ahead, Jody.
Okay. Yeah, so first I'd really like if you all could like my page and follow me on Facebook. I do try to put very relevant content every day that's for just our territories, my accounts. And so a lot of good information. And then I will also go and like your page. So I'm at facebook.com/carnivaljody, Jodi. And of course you can message me there too. But I do have my email address, which is jkinman@carnival.com. JKIN as in Nancy, M as in Mary, ON as in Nancy, jkinman@carnival.com. Every day there's some new things and new announcements coming out, so it's so much to keep up with. One of the things that we came out with yesterday, in case you saw it, and I didn't even put it in this presentation, was our future Carnival vacations, in case you had any questions about that. That is the booking on board when you're on the cruise. So you book your clients, they go on their Carnival cruise. On board, we're trying to book them for their next Carnival cruise. And we have just changed that program and enhanced it. I think you'll be really excited about what we're offering now. Flyer will go in every single client's cabin on the cruise, and they now have 2 weeks from when they return from the cruise to take advantage of that offer. So they no longer feel the pressure to have to book it right there on that cruise. They can actually enjoy that vacation, come home, unpack, and then you hopefully will call them or, get in touch with them right away and then get them booked on that next one. It is also combinable with groups and amenity points. So that is something our last book on board offer did not have. So it's good with groups too. So really good on multiple levels, but just another great reason to keep in touch with your clients, get them booked on the next one. So that's available on GoCCL also, a whole FAQ question if you were curious about that.
Awesome. All right. Thank you for actually sharing your Facebook page too. That is very generous of you. All right, so again, I'm going to stay on here and answer some of these questions as best as I can. If I do not know an answer, I will, of course, do the best to get you an answer. And before we go, Jody, you've got a great prize to give away, right, for a lucky winner. You want to tell everybody what we've got for them?
Yes.
In addition to like a free 7-day cruise, by the way, like what more can you give after that? But
I know. I'm going to send you an Amazon e-gift card.
Oh, awesome!
Yeah.
Can I pick the winner as Tara Minson, please?
Absolutely.
Does that count? Will anybody tell me?
How do you pick a winner? You just pick
no, that's awesome. That's actually very generous. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to pick a winner here. It's going to randomly pick from the attendees that are still present, that are still attentive. Somehow Citrix knows if you've been attentive during this webinar. All right, so we've got Ellen Conley, C-O-N-L-E-Y, Conley the Third. Very, very regal name, Ellen Conley the Third. So congratulations, you've got yourself a awesome Amazon gift card, courtesy of Jody Kidman and Carnival Cruise Lines. So congratulations. And that's it. Again, Jody, I just want to say thank you so much for everything, for joining us here for an hour and, yikes, 40 minutes. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for joining us here, of course. We tapped out. I mean, now we're losing people like left and right here from what I can see from the screen. But we capped out at close to a little over 750. So congratulations to everybody for staying on and joining us and furthering your Carnival knowledge, your Carnival Funship knowledge. And that's it, Jody. I look forward to sending you a huge stack of forms from the first week of July. Looking forward to Fireside Chat, of course. And also just our Facebook Live, feed again. So thank you so much for everything you do for us, Jody. Really, truly. Look forward to seeing you. Look forward to seeing you when I'm down there in June. And that's it. Thank you, everybody, for putting the time in and for spending the evening with us. As always, you learn more to earn more, and we did certainly do that tonight. And that's it. All right, so again, I'm going to hang on here for about a half hour or so for anybody who has any questions and wants to hang around. Otherwise, I will see you back here, same time, same place next week, okay? Good night, everybody. Thank you, Jody.
Oh, thank you so much. Bye, everybody. Keep up the great work. Thanks.
Okay. Bye now. Bye.